Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're going to do the Flash number 107 with the power of Shazam. Well, that stands here by DC Comics, and this is part of the Underworld event. And well, what is the Underworld event? That's it's about Neron. It's a demon, and he is bargaining with superheroes and villains of Earth to exchange for their souls. In exchange for the souls, and basically Neron is more like a demon or. Like Mephisto from Marvel, although Mephisto is a little bit cooler, in my opinion. But Neron is a cool character as well, I must say. And I actually really like the Underworld Unleashed event, and it ties into other DC comics like Hawkman and Azrael, Aquaman, Legion of Superheroes, Green Arrow, etc., etc., Superboy. So yeah, great stuff, and yeah, let's dive in. So we begin here with Shadow Thief, who is making a deal with Neron, and Neron wants him to do a job for him, and in exchange, he's getting a new shadow suit that makes him way more powerful. So, of course, Shadow Thief is going to agree, and we switch to an island. It's called Solar City, and Solar City is basically some kind of a techno resort that is about to open. And Flash is here with his girlfriend, or maybe wife. I'm not entirely sure, but let's make it a girlfriend for now. And she's a reporter, and they are, well, let's say the resort is about to open, so it's not really everything is functional. There are people there, but hey, there's not much to do yet. So, and we're also getting introduced to Billy Batson, and Billy Batson is, well, now it's called Shazam, but in this time period, because this is coming from the 90s, he's still called Captain Marvel. I'm coming back a little bit later to that. So, Billy Batson sees that people are getting surrounded by shadows and they are attacking the people and the people are in pain. So he calls he says Shazam, it's the magic word, and there's a lightning bolt coming from the air that wants to, hit him, and then he transforms into Shazam, or Captain Marvel in this case. But Flash thinks that, well, hey, let's save this boy from this horrible lightning bolt that is coming out of a clear day. But what he didn't know is that, well, the lightning bolt is starting to, follow him then because it's a magic lightning bolt. So Billy is getting hit and he is turning into Captain Marvel. But Flash doesn't know that Billy is Captain Marvel. So there is still, I like the part of this era that people still don't know who other people are in real life. I mean, nowadays, Peter Parker reveals his secret identity to everyone, and more. But in this, time period, there's still some mystery going on who is, and I like that. So, and by the way, this is not Barry Allen. This is Wally West, his successor, and Wally West is a great Flash. I'm a Barry Allen guy, but if there is one to take the mantle, I think Wally West is the way to go. He's a true successor to the Flash legacy, in my humble opinion, of course. So shadows are starting to, like I said, wreak havoc, and then they are seeing Shadow Thief. So, but it seems that Shadow Thief is getting a power upgrade. The heroes don't know that, but then Barry uses his, I don't know, powers or something to short circuit the thingy what the Shadow Thief is doing. So he's better, vulnerable to that. So, and that come back a little bit later into the game as well. So, and that was my telephone. I'm sorry for that. Okay, so what am I trying to talk? Yeah, let's move on. So they are getting engulfed in the black goo or the black shadows, and they are in a lot of pain. So Wally panics, by the way, and he uses his power, because when he uses the Flash power, it unleashes some kind of a, how do you say, flash or lightning energy thingy, and then the shadows are retracting, they are going away. So people are safe for the moment. And then Flash figured out that there's some, well, they are following a lead, and probably Linda has, figured that out, but I'm not entirely sure, but it doesn't get explained very well. That Shadow Thief is behind going after the builder of this whole solar city complex called Professor Bennett. So, they're going to search for him. But in the meantime, and I think that's fun, Wally asks Captain Marvel, hey, do we have a connection or something? Because they have the same, lightning motif and we are both fast. And then Captain Marvel says, well, no, because my lightning powers, or my powers, is based on magic. And I get my power from the god Mercury. That's how he gets his speed. And, Wally is a little bit perplexed by that. That small little thing, I like that. So, moving on. And I'm getting a package in my... Okay, there's a lot of noise surrounding here in my area, so don't mind that. So, moving on, before I get interrupted again. So, Wally is trying to start to talk with Bennett, and he has some mechanical arms, and as you can see here, not sure what the history is behind that, but it seems that, skipping a few, he was on the brink of his expertise is in solar energy, and he is breaking through to have to get the pattern of the first pattern to efficient solar technology. But there's a French guy in France who has made the discovery too. But Bennett needs a week to crack the code, if you will. But the French guy cracks it in 48 days. So he felt bad because his work is in ruins if that comes out, and then he is, all his years was for nothing. So he hired Carl Sands, also known as the Shadow Thief, but not at the time, to deal with it. And he succeeded, but in the meantime, he is also getting caught by the police. So for the first time, he's getting, he was thrown in jail. So Bennett gets his patent because Carl Sands sabotaged the Frenchman's invention for a couple of weeks. But then Bennett, from that time on, always felt bad about it. He feels sour, depressed, that because he thinks it's a stain on his other inventions, his technology, his achievements, if you will. And but he thinks that Carl Sands blames him because that he was responsible for it. But that's what's not the case. But Shadow Thief doesn't believe him. So moving on. Billy Batson, Captain Marvel turned into Billy Batson. He's on a monorail. He dives out because the shadows are attacking the buildings as well. It seems that the shadows has life on their own. And it also attacks the monorail and breaks off the stuff. And then, look at here. This is great. Great heroic stuff from Captain Marvel. He saves everybody. And looks cool. Just looks cool. I like stuff like that. Heroic and genuinely heroic stuff. It's cool. So, but then, I'm going to skip a few pages. Flash is getting, it gets rubble of concrete on him because Shadow Thief, I want to say Shadow Man, is, there with Bennett and the Flash. And, Flash is now trapped under the rubble. And Bennett explains, by the way, that he felt so bad and that his achievements, like I said earlier, and the honors and accolades that he received, it was all poisoned because of what he did in the past. So he built this whole complex for Shadow Thief to wreck it. Yeah, that's a little bit lunacy, in my opinion. But hey, so he basically wants him to destroy the city. But Shadow Thief says, damn you. And he says, too late, because it seems, I guess, Bennett sold his soul to, achieve all this. And then, even if then it's some kind of a, how do you say, not retribution, but I'm forgetting the word, some kind of punishing himself if Shadow Thief destroys the whole complex. But Shadow Thief get nothing out of it because he wants revenge. He wants Bennett to feel guilty. But that's not what's going to happen, because Bennett is actually wanted Shadow Thief to destroy the whole city. So nobody wins here. But, the Shadows are still having a mind of their own, and they are trying to, indeed still destroy the city. But then, some cool stuff. Okay, he escapes. Then the whole island is engulfed in shadows, and everybody's in pain. And Wally says, we need light. Then Captain Marvel. Before I go into that, Captain Marvel was, let me say, Marvel took over the name Captain Marvel because they have some kind of a dispute between DC and Marvel and probably another company about the Captain Marvel name. And Marvel won, and that's why Shazam is now called Shazam and not Captain Marvel anymore. So yeah, it's too bad, but hey, it is what it is. So Shazam, or maybe Captain Marvel, Jesus Christ, confusing, says, hey, if I give you a second of light, can you spot the Shadow Thief and catch him? And Wally says, yeah, sure. But he isn't confused why he says that, because he doesn't know he's Billy Batson. And because Shazam, Captain Marvel, says that he is then vulnerable and cannot, do anything. So he says, Shazam, the magic lightning bolt comes from the sky, exposes everyone. There's a flash of light, and Wally short circuits the suit of Shadow Thief. But then something happens, and this is this: the suit is turning against his master, if you will, or maybe it destroys itself. And then he says, "It's not fair. We had a deal," and etc. So yeah, he disappears, probably to hell. Because he failed in his quest to, do whatever Neron wants him to do. And it brings us basically to the end of the book, and it seems that Bennett is getting prosecuted, and, Billy is appearing, and he talks to the Flash, and they say, hey, they talk about stuff, what's going on, but, Flash still don't know that he is Captain Marvel, or Shazam. Yeah, so... yeah, that brings us to the end of the book. I like this tie-in. I like Shazam. I like The Flash. And I also like Shadow Thief. And I also like the Underworld theme here. I forgot to mention, the artist is Jose Marzan Jr., writer is Mark Waid. We have all words about Mark Waid, who he is in person, in real life. He's not a very nice guy. But I cannot deny that his writing skills in The Flash and other comics like Kingdom Come, it's really good. So credit where credit is due. And the other artist as well is Casper Saladino and Tom McCraw. And the cover artist is Oscar Jimenez. So I want you to throw that out as well. So guys, that brings us to the end of the video. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.